Most people carry a completely wrong picture of what the universe is doing. They imagine galaxies as pieces of shrapnel blasted outward from some central explosion, objects hurtling through space the way a rock flies through air. This picture is not just incomplete. It is wrong at the most fundamental level, and that wrongness has consequences so staggering that they permanently alter what is possible for any civilization that has ever existed or ever will exist in this cosmos. The universe is not a place where objects move through space. The universe is a place where space itself moves. Space stretches. Space multiplies. Space is not a passive stage on which matter performs. It is an active, dynamic, geometric fabric that is continuously generating new volume between every point in existence. Two galaxies sitting perfectly still relative to their local surroundings will nonetheless find themselves separated by an ever-growing gulf of new space that was not there the moment before. Albert Einstein gave us the rule that nothing traveling through space can match or exceed the speed of light. That rule is iron. It holds everywhere and always for objects moving through the fabric of spacetime. But Einstein's rule says nothing about the fabric itself. There is no law of physics that restricts how rapidly space can stretch. None. And the universe exploits this loophole without mercy. Imagine the universe as an infinitely large rubber sheet being pulled outward from every point simultaneously. Now place two tiny ants on that sheet, each one glued to a small button. One button represents humanity. The other represents some distant alien civilization billions of light years away. Both ants are capable of movement. Both are running toward each other at the fastest speed physics permits. But the rubber sheet between them is being stretched so aggressively that for every step each ant takes forward, the distance separating them grows by an amount that exceeds what both ants together can cover. They are not failing because they are slow. They are failing because the ground beneath their feet is manufacturing new distance faster than motion can consume it. The ants are imprisoned inside an expanding geometric grid where the rules of the game have been rigged against connection from the very beginning. This is not a metaphor about frustration. It is a precise description of the physical geometry governing every civilization in this universe. The mathematics of this come from something called the Hubble constant, which describes the rate at which space expands per unit of distance. The critical insight is that expansion is cumulative. If 1 megaparsec of space between 2 points is expanding at a certain rate, then 2 megaparsecs expands at twice that rate. 3 megaparsecs at 3 times that rate. The more space exists between two locations, the more new space is being generated every second between them. This relationship continues scaling outward until it hits a threshold. At a specific distance from any observer, the cumulative expansion rate reaches and then surpasses the speed of light. That boundary is called the cosmic horizon, and it is not a wall. It is not a physical object. It is a geometric limit beyond which the recession velocity of space permanently exceeds the speed at which information can travel. Everything beyond that horizon is causally severed from us. It is not that we cannot see it yet. It is that we can never see it, communicate with it, or influence it. It has become a causal ghost, present in the universe but permanently outside any possible interaction with us. Now consider what this means for light itself. If an alien civilization sitting beyond or near that horizon emitted a beam of light toward us today, that light would immediately begin traveling through regions of space that are expanding faster than the light can move forward. The wavefronts would be stretched. Wavelengths that began as visible light would be pulled into infrared, then into microwave frequencies, then into radio wavelengths so long and so weak that their energy approaches zero. The signal does not get blocked. It does not get absorbed. It simply gets diluted by the expansion of the very space it is traveling through until it carries no meaningful energy whatsoever. The message does not fail to arrive because of noise or interference. It fails to arrive because the geometry of the universe has stretched it into nothing. Every alien broadcast sent from the far side of our cosmic horizon is silently unraveling into indetectability right now, at this moment, across the sky in every direction. We are living inside a sealed cosmic bubble, and the walls of that bubble are not made of matter. They are made of geometry. For most of human history and most of cosmological history, One might have hoped that gravity would eventually slow the expansion down. A universe that expands and then coasts and then gently decelerates would be a more hospitable place for eventual communication. The discovery of dark energy permanently closed that possibility. In 1998, observations of distant supernovae revealed that the universe is not decelerating. It is accelerating, something built into the structure of spacetime itself. A repulsive energy density that fills all of space uniformly is pushing outward with an influence that grows stronger as space grows larger. Gravity pulls matter together locally. Dark energy pushes the fabric of space apart globally. And on the largest scales, dark energy is winning, and it is winning by an increasing margin every second. The consequence of this acceleration follows with geometric precision. Galaxies that are today just barely inside our observational limits will, over billions of years, be carried past the cosmic horizon. The observable universe is not growing, it is shrinking. The sky will not fill with more distant galaxies as time passes. It will empty. Every cluster of galaxies outside our immediate gravitational neighborhood will eventually cross the threshold and vanish into the permanently inaccessible. What remains will be our local group, a handful of gravitationally bound galaxies suspended in a vast, darkening emptiness, with no light from the greater cosmos reaching us, with nothing in the sky to suggest that the universe contains anything beyond our immediate surroundings. We exist at a remarkable and deeply specific moment. We live in the one era of cosmic history where enough of the universe is still inside our horizon to be observed, studied, and wondered about. The physics that govern this universe have built a clock into the geometry of space itself, and that clock is running. The distance between us and every potential alien civilization beyond our gravitational neighborhood is not a number that can be overcome by sufficient technology or sufficient time. It is a number that is growing faster than the fastest thing that exists, driven by the relentless multiplication of space, amplified by the accelerating force of dark energy, and governed by laws that apply with perfect uniformity to every observer in every corner of the cosmos. We are not alone in facing this isolation. Every civilization, everywhere, is being sealed inside its own expanding geometric prison, separated from all others not by walls, but by the silent, unstoppable proliferation of space between them. The beauty in this reality is not diminished by its severity, it is sharpened by it. We occupy a universe of billions of galaxies, each containing hundreds of billions of stars, across a volume so vast that the mind has no honest purchase on it. And all of that, every last stellar furnace and orbiting world and potential observer looking up at their own night sky, is being carried apart by the same geometric force, the same dark energy, the same Hubble flow, each civilization locked behind its own horizon, each one looking outward at a universe that is quietly, continuously, and irreversibly placing everything else beyond reach.